I would like to dispel religious fear-mongering in regards to these times of change, of evolution, because it's truly an age of expansion, of the rising of the meta-human. And to briefly skim over the tribulation timeline, we have the beginning of the tribulation, 2026, opening of the first veil, the years of 2027, 2029, which will be, we will see collapse of institutions, exposure of the dark networks. This is the middle of the tribulation proper, and it's marked by the betrayal of the Antichrist with an attack on Jerusalem with the Gog and Magog 10 tribes armies. Now, when I said to dispel religious fear-mongering, that's not to say that these will not be dangerous times and that there will be great shakings taking place and whatnot. It's just that you, with your consciousness positioned in a self-sovereign fashion, will be able to maintain your arc of consciousness, the purity of your intent, and you will be able to fulfill your mission, whatever that may be. It's different for each person. But this, there will be shakings, there will be much tribulation, as it were. But the apocalypse is a revealing. So 2030, there will be this solar split, this type of, for the transhumanist crowd, there will be a type of false peace, but the global control push will still have momentum. There will be a rise of synthetic unity. And then as 2033 approaches, the final conflagrations, the last night of the world, which I will go into that a little later in a future video information dissemination broadcast. And then 2034, the dawn of the 1,000 years, cosmic jubilee, rebirth of the kingdom within. But this is a path of light beneath the thunder of the gods. And there are entities with more experience, more knowledge that take advantage of this astrological age, the changing of the Manvantara. But the real virus is your forgetfulness of your divinity. And furtherance thereof, I would like to discuss the real meanings behind the 7 churches of Revelation. In fact, these are more conterminous with your what are commonly known as the chakras, but these are energy vortices. These are points of reference. They are assemblage points, but they also have resonance with the planetary wonders, the planetary archetypes, and what those represent in that system of knowledge. But this is not to be in furtherance there of any kind of religious fear-mongering. And the 7 churches are indeed chakra vortices. For example, the first church, Ephesus, root chakra, Muladhara, and this is conterminous with the foundation, your karma, your Saturn, and this type of energy. So these are actually, this cosmic apocalypse is a revelation, a revealing. It means unveiling. From Greek, apocalypsis means unveiling, a disclosure of truth from spirit, from your source fragment, your source holographic fractal to the soul. This revelation is not destruction, although there will be destruction taking place, as will happen with the old paradigm. But revelation is not destruction, but transformation through divine disclosure. The tribulation is not to be understood as a punishment, but the final alchemical phase where the ego dissolves and the soul transfigures. An important thing to understand about this age and the beast system which is all about artificial intelligence, but we have been the beast system. Now the beast system is going to be taken over for us. What that means is all of those left brain functions that humans were typically involved in, organizational type things, these types of robotic, left brain types of functions, they're going by the wayside. They're being taken over by the artificial intelligence systems. And for the new human, for the meta-human, for the homo luminous, for the homo angelicus, for those going into this new Aeon, doing this alchemical process, letting the ego dissolve. We no longer need the ego. It's served its purpose. It's done away with. And so for those humans who are future oriented, I plan on living to be like 300 years old at least. And I'm telling you, because of the way the energies and the galactic plane and all that, you can do so. If you can hang on in this, unless, if that's your desire, if you can, I would say in another 10 years, it'll be like a freeze flashpoint, bam. And then so for me, I'm okay with that. I'm not saying I want to live immortally in this, body, but this is purely for expansion of consciousness. So, to capitalize on the things that I've learned, since I've lived most of my life in a somewhat ignorant fashion up until I had my God Force activation in 2021. So this information and the artificial intelligence, how you integrate it with this new knowledge going forward, is that the humans your role, your value will be through your spiritual gifts, okay? Through your psychic gifts and such. That will be the humans who will be successful and relevant going forward. And part of that, let the dead bury their dead. As far as the people that want to interpret Revelations, the churches of Revelations and all that as literal, as justifying a World War III, and that is going to be a segment of people that are going to experience that, because that's the timeline that they have chosen. But nosotros, we choose the golden Aeon. And we might have our metaphysical popcorn that we can munch on as we watch those things take place, but I'm not really going to focus on that. I'm not focusing on religious fear-mongering. I'm focusing on knowledge and presenting knowledge. And you can see the 7 churches as chakra vortices. Smyrna is your sacral chakra. And I'm just going to kind of touch brief, over these. There's a lot more information I can provide. I'll do that later as I get a little bit more organized. But Pergamenon, solar plexus, Manipura. This is a warning against spiritual compromise. Your path is to refine your power, dissolve the ego, and merge your identity. This is because of planet Mars' will, personal strength. But learn how to take the fire of Mars and channel it through the church of Thyatira, the heart chakra, Anahata, and allow that to be your Bifrost bridge into Sardis, the throat chakra. Speak your truth. You have a name of being alive, but you are dead until you rise in the spirit, in the God force. Purify your speech, your mental intentions. Church of Philadelphia, third eye chakra, and crown chakra is Laodicea, Sahasrara. You are lukewarm. Ignite your spiritual fire, return to divine union. But the planetary wonders, as I mentioned, all of this these are great symbols of inner alchemy. Each chakra church is governed by a planetary archetype. Planetary alignments affect the alchemical process. So learn about all this knowledge that the church, that the organized religion has demonized. But that is to keep the sheepling along. But through inner ritual and meditation, each lamp becomes lit. The soul ascends the tree of life. And your breath work, your pranayama is very important. Ritual integration, chakra sigil practices, alchemical wisdom, the alchemic. This is the alchemy of Christ, okay? Christ is the philosopher's stone. This is the uniting of matter and spirit. This is you taking the energy of the Christ and arising the beast, which is your ego addiction. Babylon is psychic pollution. The new Jerusalem is the new earth consciousness, the light body, your light body activated. And so this timeline that I've presented, this 2034 alignment, is not a doom type of fear-mongering, typical religious fear-mongering. It's about divine timing. So the Aumbonda New Earth Ashram teaches conscious preparation through ritual, silence, service, and light embodiment. We are the lamps. We are the city set on the hill, and it is our time to shine. Please hit the subscribe button and leave this video a thumbs up, because it indicates to the algorithm that you too are a lamp. Namaste, namaskaram.